So, a pleasant day to everyone, and we are the last group to be discussed by academic research, the week 14. So, before we go on to the academic research, one of the key elements of academic research is academic research contributes to the expansion of human understanding in various fields. Also, it helps build on existing knowledge. So, if the academic research isn't well written, or if you haven't highlighted the research gap or not clear, your paper are more likely to be rejected. So that's why we will tackle the overview of the academic research, and it is important. Let's start with the pillars of academic research. First, we have the pillars of academic research. Academic writing must be clear, concise, and terse. We do not use flowery or overly ornate ways of saying things. Sometimes they use redundant phrases in their writing because feel sounds more authoritative. When we say clear or concise, the topic should be on point. And then also when writing academic research, it is better to write it shorter. Why? Because longer is not better in academic writing. It is not a race to a 100+ page thesis. It is not concerned that your thesis is too short. You don't win if you have the longest thesis. You probably need to relate some concept more tersely if this is the case. And next one, we have the academic writing must be direct, literal, and explicit. The audience of the audience of an academic paper is very difficult than that of a newspaper article, magazine article, or a weblog. The group of academics that are reading on published work are likely far more diverse in terms of backgrounds and cultures, the country they live in, and the language they speak. The use of this the use of the direct liter The use of direct, literal, and explicit language in academic writing is a strategy to enhance clarity, precision, objectivity, and professionalism. Since people have different understanding or perspective, that's why it has to be directed. Then lastly, we have the academic writing must be logically consistent. The introduction review section of your paper must contain an argument based in logic. This is often what is referred to as the story of your work or the big picture. This explains it ensures that the ideas and information presented flow logically, making it easier for readers to follow the author's reasoning. And we have Mr. Tayam for discussing about the areas of concern in academic research. Thank you.
Areas of concern in academic research. Lack of reading. Student researchers frequently do not read enough to conceptualize how research is done. Reading is not just anything but specifically in research allow a student researcher to synthesize the vocabulary and format of research writing. You cannot research unless you first read a research. That's a common complaint is the difficulty with understanding research articles. Basically, a lack of understanding because they didn't understand and didn't read the research or what is the studies about. Next is determining the problem. Another problem is not knowing exactly how to articulate a problem. If a student researcher actually reads, they often go to the extreme of trying to conduct Nobel Prize type research. In other words, their expectations are often inflated given of what they know. What this means is that the problem they want to study is invisible given the skill set they currently possess. Next, lack the ability to ask questions about the problem. If a student researcher has a problem, they never think of a question that they want to answer about the problem. Another extreme is that they ask a question they cannot answer. Without question, you can never better understand the problem. Bad question or no question means no answer. Meaning, sometimes a student doesn't have the ability to ask the question about the problem because sometimes they are scared of what they are trying to ask, because some students are afraid to correct themselves or others to correct themselves even though it's just a question. So that's the another possible mistake. Next, issues with measurement. The typical student researcher does not understand often how to operationalize their variables and determine what type of variables they will include in their study. If you don't know how you will measure the variables, you cannot answer any question about your problem. Next, loss at the analysis stage. The type of measurement affects the potential ways of analyzing data. How your summary categorical data is different from continuous data. Lacking this knowledge leads to inaction, meaning that not analyzing or losing to analyze. In example, in data means your data is cannot be, or you cannot comprehend what you are trying to defend because of lacking the knowledge to analyze the problem. So it leads to inaction. Next is no plan for the write-up. Student researchers lose track of the purpose of their study, which was to answer their research questions about the problem. Therefore, in the write-up, you present the answer systematically. First, you answer the question 1, then 2, and etc. That's all for me. Thank you.
Good topic to do academic research. Here are some things to consider. Make sure your topic meets the assignment requirements. Ask your professor for your feedback if you are unsure. To begin with, every research paper has a specific curriculum to follow, which is why you need a topic that fits into it, so no effort is being wasted. Choose a topic that is interesting to you. It may seem obvious, but this will make the research process more fun and engaging for you. choosing a topic that interests to you because it will simply provide more focus. Curiosity provides the personal energy required to pursue the interest. Consider the scope of your topic. If your topic is too broad, it may be hard to find information that is focused and relevant. If your topic is too narrow, it may be hard to find any information at all. In addition to this, it will help you in focusing your work and time, ensuring that you will be able to achieve your objective and outcomes. Here's one strategy for developing a research topic once you have a broad topic in mind. Background research will help you develop your topic and hone and or change it in more appropriate ways. Knowing more about your topic background can only help you develop a more effective topic and therefore research paper. Background researches will help you in narrowing your topic and narrowing your research question. Furthermore, it can capture the reader's attention and encourage them to continue reading. Brainstorming concepts. Once you think of a broad topic that interests you, try to brainstorm all of your words or concepts you can that might be related to the topic. Brainstorming is a useful technique for generating ideas at any stages of the process. Whether you're trying to come up with a broad topic before beginning your research, narrowing your focus, or deciding what you support to use for a specific paragraph. Develop a research question. Once you have come up with a broad topic and done some background researches, you may want to develop a research question. Research questions help you to set out what it is that you want to answer. Research questions should be clear, focused, concise, complex, and arguable. Consider the audience and evaluating the questions are some of the steps in developing research questions. Thank you.